subscribe for more action.
Let's talk about a name that has come to define modern football, Aitana Bonmatí. Seriously, if you want to understand what the sport looks like at its absolute peak right now, you have to start with her. We're talking about a player whose talent hasn't just earned praise, it has absolutely captivated the entire world. And look, that's not just hype. When a football genius like Pep Guardiola says he's completely in love with how a player plays, you just have to stop and pay attention. You know you are witnessing something incredibly special. So let's get into what exactly makes her so great. Because right now, there really isn't a debate. Aitana Bonmatí isn't just one of the best. She is, without a doubt, the best football player on the entire planet. I mean, how good is she? Well, just take a look at 2023. She won every single major individual award you possibly can. The Ballon'dOr, UEFA Player of the Year, and the Golden Ball for being the best player at the World Cup. That isn't just a great year, you know? That is total and complete dominance. It's just an incredible, incredible rise. And it really begs the question, how does a self-critical young girl from a small town grow up to become a global icon? To really understand the champion, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning of her journey. So her story doesn't begin on the world stage. It starts in a small town in Catalonia. And the key to understanding her wasn't just about her raw talent, but about a mindset that was forged from a very, very young age. She was born to two teachers, and you can see how that shaped her. She grew up with this intense focus and discipline pretty much instilled in her right from the start. And this is where we get a really crucial insight into her personality. Her own father noticed she was so intensely competitive and self-critical as a kid, so focused on achieving more and more, that he actually worried she wasn't even enjoying herself. And that one trait, it's the key to everything that comes next. Because that relentless drive, well, it was always going to take her to one of the biggest clubs in the world, the legendary FC Barcelona. And her climb through the ranks was just meteoric. Think about it. She joins the world-famous La Masia Academy at just 13. By 2016, she's already making her debut with the first team. And only 3 years after that, she's a core player, leading the club to its first ever Women's Champions League final. That 2018-19 season, that was when she truly announced herself to the world. She scored 12 goals from midfield. That's when she cemented her place not just as a hot prospect, but as a genuine, consistent star for one of the best teams in Europe. But even with all of that early success, the 2022-23 season, man, that's when she reached a whole other level. It was a year that was really defined by adversity and her incredible response to it. So, picture this. Right before the season kicks off, Barcelona's captain and superstar Alexia Putellas goes down with a devastating ACL injury. It was a moment of absolute crisis that could have completely derailed their entire year. But instead of collapsing, a new leader emerged. Aitana stepped right into that void. And she didn't just fill in, she took over. The result? Her teams won every single tournament they competed in. And get this, she was named the best player in all of them. She turned a potential disaster into her own personal triumph. And her impact was never, ever clearer than on the biggest stage of them all. In the World Cup knockout round against Switzerland, with all the pressure on, she delivered an all-time legendary performance, 2 goals and 2 assists. That was the moment that truly put Spain on the path to becoming world champions. Of course, her influence now extends far beyond the 90 minutes of a football match. She's become a true global figure. All that success on the field has absolutely translated into massive commercial appeal. We're talking an estimated net worth of $5 million, 1.5 million followers on Instagram, and huge deals with massive brands like Nike. She is easily one of the most recognizable faces in the entire sport. But for a Barcelona midfielder, there is no higher praise than this. Her style of play, that unbelievable vision, that control, is constantly compared to 2 of the club's greatest legends ever, Andres Iniesta and Xavi Hernandez, the very players she grew up watching and admiring. So this all brings us to a final thought. We've seen the awards, we've seen the stats, we've heard the praise from other legends. But what is it that truly defines a legend's journey? Well, maybe the answer lies in that one trait her father saw in her when she was just a little girl, that intense self-critical nature that just wouldn't let her rest. It's the engine that turned a talented kid into a champion, and that same champion into one of the greatest of all time.
Subscribe for more kicks, hit the button, and join the team.